Today we'll get tips on hurricane preparedness and how to put some healthy eating into our lives. It's all coming up right now on the Bluffton News. Welcome to the Bluffton News. I'm Anneliza Itkor, and we have a lot to cover: business, entertainment, and of course, the latest local news. But first, let's start with Bluffton's current headlines. The Beaufort County School District has appointed a group of veteran local educators to fill assistant principal positions at 10 district schools. The newly appointed assistant principals in the Bluffton area, at Bluffton Middle, principal intern Stephen Shidrick will step into the assistant principal position, while former Hilton Head Island Middle assistant principal Pamela Maddox will step into that position at H.E. McCracken. Any Beaufort County resident wanting to apply for a permit will have to pay close attention to new building codes that went into effect July 1st. Local officials have no discretion or say in determining what building codes will be mandated by the State Building Codes Council. Local building officials are directed under state law to enforce the statewide mandated codes as they are adopted and amended by the state. Director of Beaufort County Building Codes Chuck Atkinson said they will continue to focus on providing exceptional customer service and will do everything they can to assist their customers in their transition to the newly updated codes. A comprehensive list of 2006 to 2012 code changes and South Carolina State Code amendments may be found at the Beaufort County Building Codes Department website. During the month of May, for every new air conditioner purchased, Covert Air donated $100 to Backpack Buddies of Bluffton summer program. Amana and Ream, heating and air manufacturing companies, also donated $100 to the program for each of his units sold through Covert Air during that time period. Well, this past week, the family-owned heating, ventilation, and air conditioning business in Bluffton presented Backpack Buddies of Bluffton with a check for $3,000. The children who participate in the organization's summer program receive vouchers they can redeem for fresh fruits and vegetables at the Bluffton Farmers Market through August 15th. This program serves about 300 children in the Bluffton area at a cost of about $8,400. The Bluffton High volleyball team went unbeaten last week to win the Summer Spike Fest volleyball tournament at Beaufort High School. Playing without several starters who were at a USA Volleyball National Tournament in Dallas with their club team, the Bobcats went 10-0 in pool play and 4-0 in elimination play. Bluffton defeated Charleston Math and Science in the semifinals and Colleton County in the finals. Beaufort, Battery Creek, and Beaufort Academy also participated. The Beaufort County Fiscal Year 2014 budget is now available to be viewed online. County Council passed the budget Monday, June 24th, and the budget went into effect this past Monday. According to Beaufort County Administrator Gary Kubik, more and more of the public rely on the Beaufort County website for important information, and it's important the budget is in a location that is visible for all Beaufort County citizens to see where their tax dollars are going. To see the latest Beaufort County budget, go to www.bcgov.net. For more information on these headlines and more, please check out the media sources you see listed on your screen. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Coming up, BJ Frazier of the Bluffton Sun brings us the buzz in Bluffton with hot off the presses, and we have an exciting Bluffton business report courtesy of Shelley West-Hodges.
Welcome to Brown Golf, where playing here has its rewards. Purchase a 20-round package of golf prior to May 1st, 2013, and receive a full day with yours truly. That's 18 holes of golf, 2-hour mini school, and lunch. To purchase that package, go to browngolfmanagement.com. That's browngolfmanagement.com. Now, let's go humble the golf course.
Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Joining me now is BJ Frazier from the Bluffton Sun. I know that you had a great 4th of July, but you were also very busy collecting information on the hot stories going on in Bluffton. What you got for us, BJ?
Well, Annalisa, as you know, the Bluffton is a hotbed of activity for the healthcare expansion industry. I mean, right around the corner we have the 60,000 square foot Hilton Head Regional Medical Center ambulatory hospital going up, opening later on this year. And the South Carolina legislature recently passed upheld the veto of Governor Nikki Haley for the certificate of need for healthcare facilities before they can actually build or expand or buy expensive equipment. And Governor Haley vetoed that, and South Carolina legislature upheld it, which means it's going to be a little easier for these people to move into Bluffton and put up facilities and so forth. But they caution that before the state Supreme Court can clarify the ruling, don't do anything rash. Make sure you get everything in line and hear the final ruling by the Supreme Court.
Well, that's good news across the board because that means more jobs, a boost to the economy. That's going to be all good stuff. Now, you know, BJ, as you know, historically, when it's dealing with a historical landmark, nothing happens quickly in Bluffton. And we were talking a lot last year about the Graves House demolition. What's going on with that?
Well, as we reported a year ago, the Historical Preservation Society in Bluffton gave the okay, somewhat controversially, to demolish the house, and of course that is not going to happen. But the owners of the house, the Bluffton United Methodist Church, has now said that they are going to possibly consider moving the entire structure down to the corner of Wharf Street and keeping it intact entirely, which is good news to the preservationists, and we'll see how that all plays out.
Good. Well, it's going to be interesting to find out. I'm sure you'll keep us on track. Now, former Police Chief McAllister back in the news. What's happening there?
Well, a former police officer, Lieutenant Brian Norberg, has brought suit against McAllister and also the town. What he's claiming is that he was asked to cover up an affair and that he talked to a subordinate about it, and there was retaliation against him. And of course, that's what the suit is all about. And he's also claiming that the town manager and town attorney squashed an investigation into the entire matter. Now, this is just an allegation at this point, and the town has yet to comment because as of the time of this report, they had not seen the lawsuit.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, it's ended up that whole period of time in Bluffton is under a lot of scrutiny right now, and I hope it all plays out in the favor of good. So, BJ, thank you, as always, bringing us very interesting information for Bluffton, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you very much, Anneliza.
All right, so Shellie West-Hodges is joining us. She has been a busy woman in Bluffton this week, gathering all kinds of information in the business world. Let's start out, Shellie. So excited to learn that there is going to be a second annual Bluffton Peanut Festival.
Yes, in August, in conjunction with the Farmers Market, Jester Communications, as well as the Chamber and the Rotary Club, are going to be hosting Bluffton Boilers, and that is a bowl peanut contest in downtown Bluffton.
Now, who won last year? Let's refresh people's memory. Do you remember?
Yeah, last year was down at the Farmers Market. We had about 28 entries to the contest, and there were a couple of categories for best traditional peanut and Cajun peanut and most creative. We had about 300 people come down there in the pouring rain. It was a lot of fun. We got wet, but it was great.
Well, we'll cross our fingers for better weather this year. Now, I understand that they're looking for sponsors as well as entrants.
Yeah, and I want to hold up this poster because folks are going to start seeing this around downtown Bluffton. The event is scheduled for starting August the 22nd. They'll be taking entries and registration at the Farmers Market. There'll be a nice little kickoff time. We have something special planned. People will have to wait and see what that is. It's going to be a great kickoff for the festival, and it'll actually be, the contest will be on that Saturday, and they're looking for area sponsorships as well as all the entry fees, I believe, are going to go to Winner's Choice for a charity. So it's going to be a great event. We're looking forward to it. We think that it'll continue to grow each year that we host this event.
Well, I think it's a great idea for a local festival. Okay, so you also, the Bluffton Chamber golf outing is coming up, and I know that's going to keep you busy.
Yeah, we've got a lot of events coming up, a lot of opportunity, and the reason why we're talking about this is because any of these events, there's a great opportunity for businesses to be sponsors. It gives them exposure, it's nominal, Great press, great media attention to these events, and we have our golf outing coming up September 14th. We're looking for hole sponsors as well as foursomes, and it's going to be at Old South Golf Course, which is a beautiful course, on September 14th. So if anybody is interested in that, they can just call us at the chamber.
And I understand you've got an amazing prize if you get a hole-in-one on hole 3?
Yes, we have on par 3, if they get a hole-in-one, they will win a brand new boat.
Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, so last topic of conversation.
Have you noticed all of the people, activity, construction, and new business on Buckwalter Parkway? Buckwalter Place is a 94-acre knowledge-based, mixed-use, new town development in Bluffton, South Carolina, and is the focus and nexus of a significant amount of economic, commercial, governmental, educational, entertainment, social, and cultural activity in southern Beaufort County. If you haven't already, visit Buckwalter Place and experience it for yourself. Buckwalter Place. Live well. Connected.
Thank you for joining us here on the Bluffton News. I'm delighted to welcome David Zeoli, who is the Deputy Director of the Beaufort County Emergency Management. Now, David, right now, of course, the topic of conversation is hurricanes. What is the current threat to Beaufort County right now?
Hurricanes are always a threat to Beaufort County 6 months out of the year. We worry about other things, obviously, throughout the county. We had 3 military bases. We're concerned about security. We have to worry about earthquakes because we're near an earthquake fault line itself. So we practice with the schools every year to teach them how to drop, cover, and hold on. But our biggest threat every year, well, 6 months out of the year is a big chunk of the year, are actually hurricanes. And as of today, as we speak, we have a tropical storm out there that we're watching. Tropical storm Shellie.
So clearly we always need to be on the alert for a tropical storm developing into a hurricane. Now, David, what is the difference between a hurricane watch versus a hurricane warning?
Very good question. And a lot of people are still confused about both of those notices given to the National Weather Service. Simply put, a hurricane watch means conditions are favorable and possible for the hurricane track within 48 hours from that being issued. Individuals should start reviewing their plans during this time, prepare their home, and just pay attention to local broadcasts and local officials to see what other information is needed. Now, when the hurricane warning is published, this is more severe than the watch itself. A warning means that within 36 hours, hurricane conditions are imminent to that forecasted area, and individuals should consider putting that plan that they have already into effect, take action with it, prepare their home, and evacuate if the order is given.
Okay, so that's the more serious one. Now, if we are given orders to evacuate, and I now understand that the governor has issued that, you know, there's no longer an optional evacuation, it is always mandatory. What if you do not have transportation? Is transportation provided?
Yes, ma'am. Transportation is a big issue, and obviously since we pushed the evacuation for the safety of the public, we looked into ways to provide transportation. Fortunately, in partnership with Palmetto Breeze, transportation is being provided for those who do not have means of their own transportation. The only request is that they register in advance with Palmetto Breeze, and that can be done right on their website.
Well, that's great. Now, do you have any tips for our viewers on how they can prepare for an evacuation?
Well, to prepare, the simplest thing and the most important thing is to obviously have a plan. Nothing can happen without a plan. So please get together and discuss a plan with your household members. Involve them in that plan. Don't keep it all to yourself. Share that information with others. Know where you want to go during an evacuation. Don't assume that there's going to be a place to go. Have a plan to know where to go. Most importantly, practice that plan at least once or twice a year before the season even gets here, so you know what works and what doesn't. As we do in emergency management, we practice and rehearse our plans throughout the year and tweak them from there.
Well, that's great advice. Can you give us a place to go to learn more about being prepared for a hurricane?
Absolutely. We have a lot of tips on our local website right here in Beaufort County, which is www.bcgov.net. Just go under the Emergency Management tab, and it'll give you a lot of good tips to follow and consider. For example, pets. Where do I take my pet? What do I do with my pet? What should I pack in an emergency kit when I do go? What should I have with me? And things to consider. It's vital and very important information to have.
Well, this has been invaluable information and advice. David, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure.
Joining us now is Tisha Chafer, who is the owner of Green Smoothie Gal. This is a relatively new company that obviously promotes health and wellness through the food that you put in your body. Now let's start off, Tisha, by looking at the problems that exist. Obesity is a huge issue in our country.
Obesity is a huge issue in our country, Anneliza. You are right. Currently, we are facing a health crisis in the States. 1 in 3 kids currently are obese. 1 in 3 children are fighting a diabetes epidemic. And actually 1 in 5 American children currently have high cholesterol levels. So it's an epidemic that...
Now, it seems to me that the parents are where you have to start, because the parents are the ones that really influence how their children eat.
Parents have a huge responsibility today on really getting back into our kitchens and learning how to cook and really getting the processed foods out of our pantries and getting back to eating whole, healthy foods. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know what to do with whole, healthy foods today. So we really need to educate people on how to get back in the kitchen and how to really embrace the art of cooking.
Well, what's interesting to me is you talk about embracing the art of cooking and getting back in the kitchen to cook. To me, the big problem is most of us don't have the time. And what you provide with your company, with a smoothie product, and smoothies in general, the whole concept, it gives you a nutritional something to eat that doesn't take a whole lot of time. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, green smoothies are a great way to start because they're fast to make. I mean, honestly, you throw a bunch of good whole healthy foods in the blender and it takes about 30 seconds to blend a smoothie up and feed it to your kids or drink it yourself. So I always encourage people, if you're looking to get back onto a healthy eating system, start with a green smoothie. I have a newsletter that sends you recipes, that instructs you on how to make smoothies. You could go online and just search for green smoothies. And it's a great, easy way to start getting whole, healthy foods back into your system. And you can make them kid-friendly. You know, you can add a little bit of raw cocoa. You can add a little bit of sweetness with some vanilla extract. So the kids, if they're afraid of the green color, the kids will embrace those chocolate flavors or that little bit of sweetness. That'll definitely help them.
Good, because I know I would...
How's the air temp at your house? Hotter? Colder? Never fear, Season 7 at Covert Air is now underway. If your home is not in the comfort zone, we can be on the scene today. Clean a little coil, find a little leak. If it's over the hill, replace it. Summer's coming, have no worries. Sit back, relax, and stay cool. Covert Air to the rescue. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Kim Viljac had a great experience this week learning all about the upcoming art show that's heading this way.
Hi guys, this is Kim Beljac and we're out here at the Society of Bluffton Artists at the SOBA Gallery. They're opening a brand new show today. Beautiful artwork. Now the reason it's called the big show is the artwork. It's big. There's a certain size they all need it to be eligible for this show, and we're going to learn all about that today. Hey guys, I'm here with Cynthia Wood, and this is a beautiful turtle you have made here. Tell us a little bit about this piece.
This was a new inspiration for me. I normally paint in oil, and this is done in acrylic, and I've been studying with one of our local artists on how to do more abstract paintings, and this is one of my attempts. He's still recognizable as a subject, but I was just kind of exploring medium.
Oh, well, I think he's adorable. How long have you been painting?
Oh, I don't want to tell you how long. Long time, long time.
Well, it shows. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey guys, this is Kim Viljac, and it's a great day to be in Bluffton again. I'm here with Sandy Winnig of SOBA, and we're here at one of the openings of a series that's going to be showing for the next couple of weeks. Sandy, tell us a little bit about the big show.
The big show, the largest that we have is 48 by 60. The smallest we have is 24 by 30.
So the big show, the pieces of art have to be a certain size.
Yes, they do.
Okay. And tell us about the artists you have.
We have about 200 artists or members, and we have about 130 hanging artists. And we've done several different types of shows, from 12 by 12s to photography and art, side by side, we called it, among other things. We just try to shake things up a little bit.
Mix it up a little bit. Well, this show is going on for 4 weeks, so then you switch everything out every 4 weeks. We can expect something different?
Every month, every first of the month, we switch it out.
Oh, that's great. Well, how do we find out if we want to get involved with SOBA, if we're an artist, or want to even get involved with the organization? Because you are a nonprofit organization as well, right?
That's correct. We give scholarships every year to high school seniors that are moving on in the field, and we give free classes to 4th and 5th grade students all year.
Well, that's fantastic. So there's opportunities for community members to be involved with the board or show their art, or
anyone who wants to contact us should go to www.sobagallery.com, and there's a place where you can put in your input.